Portland firefighters are sounding the alarm, saying proposed budget cuts would slow down response time, the slashing they're facing this afternoon. Plus, a major shift in the cannabis industry, the DOJ reclassifying state-licensed medical marijuana.
The cost parity between a gas car and an EV equivalent is very close these days.
While federal incentives for electric vehicles are gone, transportation officials say there still may be real bargains in the used EV market. That story next as we continue our week of good energy features. Plus, In-N-Out officially open in Vancouver. Hear from eager fast food fans waiting overnight for their first bites. And taking a live look at the Moda Center, where we are just one day away from playoff basketball returning to the Rose City. And the anticipation is building across Portland. Thank you for joining us at noon. I'm Tim Gordon. And in case you missed it, the Blazers won't be giving out free t-shirts to fans at tomorrow night's game. But one local company is keeping that tradition alive.
Coming out, let's clap it up for the Blazers!
Now this morning, Portland Gear unveiling their unofficial playoff shirt. Take a look at that. Those shirts saying Red Hot Rising. Portland Gear gave out 200 free shirts to fans with tickets for tomorrow night's game. And today we're learning that superstar Victor Wembanyama will travel with the Spurs to Portland this afternoon, but his status for tomorrow night's Game 3 against the Trailblazers, it remains uncertain. Wemby suffered a concussion during Game 2 earlier this week, going down right there. Tough fall, leaving the game in second quarter there. The Spurs say he still needs to clear concussion protocol. So again, it's unknown when Victor Wembanyama will return to competition. And we'll have live coverage of Game 3 starting at 4 o'clock from the Rose Quarter tomorrow. KGW's David Moco and Orlando Sanchez will be out there live with some special guests to get Rip City ready for the Blazers' first home playoff game since 2021. And we got some big news up in Vancouver where a new In-N-Out opened this morning. It's the second one in Washington after the first In-N-Out opened up in Ridgefield back in August. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz has tough duty today, joining us live from that new location. And Thomas, what's it been like out there this morning?
Yeah, Tim, I mean, look, it's been tough between shakes and fries and burgers. You can see right here, this is the classic double-double here. But check out this line behind us. It's been pretty long all day long. Some people even getting up at the crack of dawn to be the first to be here. You know what they say, the early bird gets the worm. But does that same mindset apply to burgers?
I originally woke up at like 3:30.
Hannah Boyette is a true In-N-Out fan, dating back to her days growing up in California. On Thursday, she roused her boyfriend out of bed and dragged him here to the first In-N-Out in Vancouver.
I want to be like the first person inside.
She even asked us to mark the occasion with a photo of the hungry couple. And they weren't alone. In the wee hours of the morning, dozens gathered for the grand opening.
Well, I'm from California. We have In-N-Outs down there. I didn't do this for the Ridgeville one, so I thought I'd do the one that, is right next to my house.
Everyone with one thing on their mind.
Usually I get either a double-double or the secret triple.
Just a normal burger and fries. Like a double-double with like some animal fries.
I usually get a double-double, no cheese, fries, and a milkshake.
And who's to say 8:45 in the morning is too early for burgers and fries?
The food. It's just too good.
Maybe just today, we can let it slide.
It's a great environment. It's not just the food, it's like the environment that comes with it, and I think that's something that everyone should experience.
And look, Tim, even though I've been out here all morning, this is just me beginning to enjoy my first burger of the day. So here we go. This is a double-double, like I mentioned, animal style. Never had that before, so let's give it another go, right?
Go, Thomas. Yeah, that's the way I like it. Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
good stuff. And Tim, you can see, as I talk to you between bites, why there's such a big line. This has been a big line all day long at 10:30. They've been here since 5 o'clock this morning, and this, I would expect, is going to be quite a busy location for the long time coming here in Vancouver, Tim.
Oh, I think you're right, Thomas. And thanks for doing the research. And by the way, we're all waiting for you to get back to the station. Whatever you can do. Appreciate you. All right, and sticking up in Vancouver, this is a look from our waterfront sky cam. Let's get a check on weather with Chris McGinnis right now.
Have you had lunch yet?
I have not, but I'm ready to.
I am incredibly hungry now after that last shot.
Right.
All right, there is some sun to be had just out on the west side of the state right now. We've got some sun east of the Dalles. This is out near Oregon's Veterans Home. Still breezy, East Gorge right now. West winds at 17. Sustained, gusting to nearly 30. So breezy day east of the Cascades. We showed you the Vancouver sky camera here. Slate gray sky right now over not only Vancouver, but the Rose City as well. As I give you the satellite imagery, cloud cover, which we thought would be eroding a little bit, is really having a tough time. That cloud deck goes up to like 4,000 feet or so, and it's fairly thick, and it's getting reinforced here by that circulation dropping down off the northwest coast. So I'm not sure if we're going to manage much clearing at all today. That said, we are dry. We will be dry, and most of our 7-day forecast is dry. But today it's cloudy and cool. It's 53 at the airport, 49 in Happy Valley, hopping over the Cascades, getting a break in the rain and the elevation snow east of the Cascades as well. Pendleton right now sits at 54 degrees, and there you can see the slate gray sky over downtown with a light southwest breeze. All right, the plan for the rest of the afternoon has us mostly cloudy. We'll consider ourselves lucky as that cloud cover tries to thin late in the day. And if it does, we may get up to 62. If not, maybe we may hold 59 or 60. But the point is this is kind of day one of a trend upwards in the temperature department, and for what should be some pretty nice weather going into the weekend and the week ahead. More on that in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Chris. We'll see you soon. Portland firefighters are firing back against Mayor Keith Wilson's proposed budget, saying those cuts would increase response times across the city. Firefighters Association says those proposed cuts would eliminate or reduce 4 frontline trucks. Fire officials say engines and rescue units are critical for medical calls, fires, and emergencies across the city. In a statement, the association's president writing, quote, "Shutting down units means fewer firefighters showing up when people call 911. That translates directly into longer wait times and greater risk." President Donald Trump says there is still no time frame for the war in Iran to end after the country refused to meet for another round of peace talks in Pakistan this week. The president extended a ceasefire indefinitely while maintaining the U.S. blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian leaders say they won't negotiate with the U.S. until that blockade is lifted.
He's maintaining and generously offering a bit of flexibility to a regime who has been completely tarnished because of Operation Epic Fury. There's obviously a lot of internal division.
We are also learning that the Strait could be closed for several more months, even if the war ends. A recent intelligence assessment suggests it could take up to 6 months to fully clear the passage of mines placed in the waterway by Iran. Now here's a look at some national headlines this afternoon. The future of the marijuana industry here and across the country making a major shift. This morning, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche announced that state-licensed medical marijuana is being reclassified from a Schedule 1 to a less restrictive Schedule 3 drug. That means cannabis will no longer be treated the same as harder drugs like heroin. For us here in Oregon and Washington, where recreational marijuana is already legal, this opens the door for more cannabis research without fear of federal prosecution. Also opens up financial pathways for dispensaries to work with banks. U.S. Navy Secretary John Phelan has been fired. It's the latest departure of a top defense official as the war in Iran continues. NBC News reports tensions had been growing between Phelan and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who wanted a more aggressive approach towards shipbuilding to meet President Trump's naval expansion demands. A rare state of emergency is in place for southern Georgia as 2 wildfires have grown to nearly 35,000 acres, and there's a first ever mandatory burn ban for half the state. The fast-moving Brantley County Highway 82 fire is forcing evacuations near Brunswick. More than 80 structures, including at least 50 homes, have been destroyed so far. Smoke is affecting air quality all the way to Atlanta.